Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, the bishops, the elders, the great millstone. Shalom, mercy, and safety to all of the Akim on the highways and byways, preaching the word in sincerity and in truth, and a healthy shalom to the elect. My name is Rawai, and I'm back with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, it is edifying. And I will entitle this lesson, Your Worldly Deeds Won't Cut It. All right? Your worldly deeds won't cut it. Okay, it's just not enough. What do I mean by that? Doing things in the world that you may think is pleasing to the Lord, and it'll somehow get you saved or spared from the destruction to come, is just not true. All right. This whole idea of all I have to do is be a good person, good to people, I'll be all right. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a good person. As a matter of fact, you should be a good person. I mean, it's, having integrity, morals, fair, balanced, showing love, being cool, being solid. That's those are attributes of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. 100%. Being the overall, decent human being, decent Israelite, I'll say. But it's just not enough. Ultimately, you have to be of the elect, okay, to be delivered. But there's a mindset in the world that, and I've heard it plenty of times. All I have to do is be a good person, be good to people, and I'll be all right. The Lord is with me, and and it's just not true. Again, those attributes are important to have, all right? But along with being that good person, you have to figure out, or the Lord has to put the Spirit on you to understand what it takes to serve Him, right? Because we are to serve our power, along with being a good person, You can't have one without the other. Okay, so your worldly deeds are not enough, and they won't cut it. It won't cut it, man. It's important to pray to figure out what the Lord requires of you as a man or woman. All right, and we all have to do, some introspect and look at ourselves and some self-examination, and be sure that we're serving the Lord. All right, even to those who may come across this lesson who are not preaching and doing the will of the Lord on that level, preaching, doing lessons, just because you're not in the lot of a prophet, it doesn't mean there's not requirements for you to serve the Lord. All right, let me read this real quick. This is Matthew 7:21. It says, "Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven." Okay? So your worldly deeds are not enough. Okay? We are to do the will, okay, of Yahweh which is in heaven. Let's read it again. "Not everyone that saith unto me, Yahweh Shai, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. It's just not enough. All right? Being a good person, calling on the Lord, it's just not enough. It says, but he that doeth the will of my Father, which is in heaven, okay? So those ultimately, that's the elect, all right, who will enter into the kingdom of heaven. Those who are doing the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Again, some examples are, giving food to the homeless and things like that, which I'm sure that's pleasing to the Lord, in a sense, because if the Lord put the Spirit on you to do so, then that's what it is, okay? But ultimately, that's not going to get you delivered, okay? Being solid, the Lord is really into serving his men, okay, and those that serve him, and keeping that energy and that spirit inside of those confines of the prophets, okay, the helps, the people who, the believers, okay? That's what the Lord is really looking at, all right? Because we know that people who are not in the ministry, you have people who help out the ministry. They send tithes, they support the brothers somehow. They bring waters to the camp. Brothers do certain things. Sisters do certain things as well. Sisters send things. They make garments, for the brothers. And that's what this thing is about. It's about supporting the ministry and helping the ministry. Now, one thing about the apostles of GMS on down, they don't ask nobody for shit. All right? They don't ask nobody for nothing. Okay? But it's important that you see and understand the order of things and how sending tights are important. Okay? And if you don't have tights, doing something to support the ministry. Okay? Before you go serve some food to the homeless, send some money to the prophets. Okay? To help the ministry. Okay? That could very well get you a reward from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Possibly get you delivered. All right? So your worldly deeds are not enough. All right? Just wanted to, do this lesson through the Spirit because, there's people out there who just feel being a good guy, so to speak, is enough. Okay? Let's get this real quick. Let me get this. Yeah, because again, people think that it's just being a good person is enough, and it's not. We here to tell the truth. It don't mean don't be a good person. That's not the point of the lesson. All right. Be solid, okay. But while you're doing that, there are requirements that the Lord is looking for. This is Romans 2:11. Here's more proof. It says, "For there is no respect of persons," okay, with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, okay? There's no respect of persons. So you think just because you're doing a good deed that the Lord is going to show you favor just by that alone? The answer is no. The Lord's, it doesn't work like that. Okay? Man, woman, child, elder, grandparent, aunt, uncle, for there is no respect of persons, okay, with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right? No matter your status, what are you doing to serve the Lord? Okay? Again, the Lord don't want you out here being a goddamn reprobate nigga. a thief, a robber, a drunkard, right? So you being a solid stand-up individual, you know, following the laws of the land, more importantly, the laws that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua set forth. All right, that's important. But you have to couple those things with serving the Lord. Okay? Calling on Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, supporting the ministry, doing things for the brotherhood, doing things for the body, charity, okay? Uplifting conversation, comforting the brother. Because it's not all about giving. If you don't got nothing financial to give, then there's other ways you can support the ministry. Okay? All right? The second Romans 2:11 again, for there's no respect of persons with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So that's really the point. All right? Your worldly deeds are not enough, and it's not enough just being a good person. All right? It's what are you doing? What are you doing for the Lord? That's what you got to ask yourself daily. Am I doing anything to serve the Lord? This is Matthew 6:1. It says, "Take heed," Yahweh Shah speaking. "Take heed that ye do not your alms before men to be seen of them. Otherwise, ye have no reward of your Father which is in heaven." Right. So when you do serve the ministry, and you do particular things, don't make a spectacle about it. Keep it under wraps. Try to be low with it. Right, I know that's my spirit. That's how I am in life anyway. Right? You do for a brother, you do for somebody, you don't broadcast the shit, man. And that's corny doing it in the world. And it's super corny if you're doing it, you know, helping the man of the Lord, helping the prophets, helping the body. You know, you do what you do. You try to keep it discreet. The Lord sees it, right? We want to please the Lord. We don't give a damn about how man feels. You know, I mean, we see all over social media people doing things just to be seen of men. All right. And I never understood that for whatever reason. I never understood why people do that. It's all good to help people. You see a lot of good deeds happening, you know, and it's all good. It's you know, we human. We got compassion. We say, yeah, that was good, man. That was all right. You know, son helped the family out, helped somebody out, right. That's all good, right? But broadcasting it is kind of whack. And, you know, we understand in this technology, social media age, people are doing it for particular things and, you know, building up platforms. And I guess it's cool, right? Whatever, right? But it could be disingenuous. It could be seen as fake and you're just doing it for clout, right? Matthew 6:1 again, "Take heed that ye do not your alms before men to be seen of them. Otherwise, ye have no reward of your Father which is in heaven." So keep that low. You know, keep it low. All right. When you do something for the brothers, when you do something for the body. Okay, the body of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the men who are laboring, starting with the apostles on down. Okay, and the believers. Right? You help a believer out, the Lord, you know, and vice versa. The Lord sees it all. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua sees it all, man. And that's the only person, that's the only power we want to be approved by and make proud. Right? Verse 2 says, "Therefore, when thou doest thine alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee." Right? Don't make a goddamn spectacle about it. Okay? Recording it, posting it, doing too much. It says, "Do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogue and in the streets, that they may have glory of men." Right? So to be seen by men, you'll post it on social media, you'll make a big announcement about you helping situation, you helping somebody. Okay? So you receive glory of men. All right? It says, "Verily I say unto you, they have their reward." You know what I'm saying? So it's about pleasing Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Okay? Verse 3, but when thou doest alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth. Right, so keep it discreet, man. You know, mainly when you're supporting or doing something for the ministry. Okay, you can send tithes in, tights in via PayPal. You know, brother needs something, whatever, you hit him off, you tuck it, you just keep it low. I mean, that's not, because the Lord sees it. And you got just be reminded of what we're in this thing for. We're in this thing to please the Lord. All right, and the brother that you help out, he knows it. So because you helped him out, so that's the only a person that needs to know. And the Lord is watching. It's all being recorded. All right. Yeah, let's keep going. Again, title of this lesson: your worldly deeds are not enough, and it just won't cut it. All right. It will not cut it. Let me go here. This is Philippians 2 and 13. It says, for it is with the Most High which worketh in you, both to will and to do of his good pleasure. Okay? So it's about doing the Lord what pleases the Lord. Okay? That is the job of a man and woman in his life, to please the Lord. Okay? It says, for it is with the Most High which worketh in you, both to will and to do of his good pleasure. Do all things without murmurings and disputings. Right. Keep things low. Don't be disgruntled about things. Don't be making whispering so people know what you're doing, and making a fuss about it. Right. Just please, do what's pleasing to the Lord and keep it moving. Okay? That's what it's about, man. Please the Lord and keep it moving. Okay? Because the Lord sees. All right? Let me see. Oh, let me get this real quick. This is Colossians 3 and 23. It says, let me see. Yeah, Colossians 3 and 23. And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men. Okay, so the idea of doing anything, okay, helpful to another person, okay, mainly the brotherhood, mainly the prophets, mainly for the body of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, okay, do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men. All right. So put your all into it, man. Right? Put your all into it. Okay? Do it heartily as to the Lord. Okay? Be sincere about it. Okay? Knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for ye serve the Lord Hamashiach. Okay? So by serving the body in sincerity, okay, and in truth, in whichever way you can, okay, with good deeds or whatever, there's countless good deeds you could do to serve the body, to help out the body, okay. It says, knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for ye serve the Lord Hamashiach. Okay? So again, it's about doing things in sincerity, service in the Lord's men, the prophets, helping out the body when you can. That's what this thing is all about, man. Because your worldly deeds won't cut it. Your worldly deeds ain't gonna get you delivered. All right? It just doesn't work like that. Again, it doesn't mean don't be solid. Don't be a good person. It doesn't mean that. Let's go to Hebrews. Let's go to the book of Hebrews. We're going to go to verse 10. Let's see, start with... Start with 24. Hebrews 10 and 24. And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works. Okay? And that's what we ought to do. Okay? Provoke unto love and to good works. We're supposed to push each other to do the right thing, to serve the Lord. Okay? That's what it's about. It's about the body. It says, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as you see the day approaching, right? So again, doing them good deeds, having that charity, exhorting one another. How much more in the times that we're in? Okay? It says, and so much more as ye see the day approaching. Okay? Because we're at the end of this thing, man. So it's important that we, to the best of our ability, get in right with Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. You want the Lord to see you as someone who does things in the right order, righteously, not before men, but to be seen by the Lord. All right? That's what this thing is about. Let's read it again. Hebrews 10 and 24. And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works. And that's what we should be doing. Okay, the brotherhood, the body. Okay, the believers, pushing each other unto love and to good works. Okay, that's to be the spirit. Okay, throughout the men of the Lord to the believers. Okay, so exhorting one another. Okay, pushing each other to serve the Lord. All right. You want to go give out some stuff to some homeless people and do what you do. All right, after you serve the Lord. Okay? In whatever way that may be. There's a laundry list of things you can do. Okay, I said it. Paying your tithes, helping out the brothers, finding out, finding out where to send tithes and giving charity, making garments, bringing waters to the camp. If you know where brothers are, praying for brothers. Brothers is out there on the highways and hedges, send prayers up. There's a lot of things you could do, man. A lot of things you can do to be seen worthy by Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. And that's the goal. Okay? It's not enough. Your worldly deeds are not enough, man. I learned that a long time ago. Okay? But we're going to continue to be righteous, continue to rehearse the righteous acts. All right? And getting good graces with Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Because that's all we want. So he could be with us in that day. So that's all I got, man. Your worldly deeds are not enough. It's not going to cut it. It's not going to get you delivered. If you get anything from this lesson, please know and understand the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. The name of his only begotten Son is Yahweh Shai. Shalom to the next one.